Has there ever been a case where you discovered something which totally transformed the actual development of a service or a product?
So the worst case was like, or actually it was not a worst case, but the understanding in a workshop that what they wanted to build makes no sense, because they were keen. It was like technology driven. We have this great idea. We want to implement this technology, and what we had is 2 workshops, 2 days. One only with the potential users, and we had from this company to the project owner as well as the technician sitting and listening to them. And what those people were clearly saying is, we're not interested. We don't need it. So now they were super depressed. And the second day, we just brought it and said, if you want to build this, guess what? Your customers don't need it. And it was a little bit strange because they were very kind of disappointed. But in the end, they also said, really thank you, because typically it would be, great, you want to spend money? Well, do it, I think that the responsibility as a consultant, if you see the building something no one wants to have, just tell them it makes no sense.
And that's what I think most of companies who don't do, let's say, design thinking or any sort of discovery, even let's say Google's design sprints, which is all the craze right now, who try to go as cheap as possible without investing a day or 2 doing design thinking workshop. And they spend months developing something, and then in the end realize that just doesn't get traction, and they start to patch.
That's also an idea from the poster. So when you have the poster, you can actually drag people in the room, and I always recommend it. Go and find an end user and just tell them what you discovered in the workshop. Like I had a workshop and they were trying to build a new parking app, so to utilize parking space. And I was asking them, like, what's your value proposition? Well, we're going to use blockchain. And my question was, do you think the end user really cares? Yes, it's fantastic. And then the question was, well, how many people would actually be interested? Everyone who has a car. But it was clear that there was no real benefit. So I said, great. You have 15 minutes time. Go out, drag anyone in. I don't care. You said everyone who has a car is interested. I want at least one person who's going to come back and say, this is cool. So they came back after 15 minutes and they had no one. So I think it's important as early as possible to get end users involved. But you can even use a poster. You don't have to develop anything. Just tell them the story. Imagine you have this app. You're sitting on the subway. You're doing this and that. Would you use it? And people are super honest, because as long as it's just ugly sketches, it's no stupid idea. The moment you build a beautiful prototype, it's like, oh, we invested so much time to make it nice. How can I tell them that it's a really stupid idea?
Yeah, or you could just do prototype, as in spend a day coming up with something clickable, or just wireframe sketches and then validate the same way.
I think for validating, the more ugly it is, the better it is, because it's like, okay, this looks nice. Could you improve this or that? But if the idea really makes no sense, they're going to say, I don't get it.
And it's all about, I guess, the story as well.
It's only the story. Because I think only the story, people can only follow stories. You can't follow like functions. It's a cool function. I don't know. I'll have a flying, self-replenishing icebox. So what's the point? My story is when I walk to work and it's hot, and I'm going to have a drone and it's going to drag the icebox behind me, and anytime I want to have a cold beverage, I'm just going to grab to the back and take it. Most people are going to say, maybe you want to just have a knapsack with a cooling box, and that's going to be sufficient. So if you have a story, then you can link, like, are there some logical components? While if you just say, do you want to have a flying icebox? No. But if you frame it in a story, it's much easier for people actually to check if it makes sense.